Hello, everyone, and welcome. Thank you all for tuning in and joining, especially to my precious cargo. Hello, and today we're making red beans and rice. So I start with some fresh neck bones, just a family pack of fresh neck bones. Okay, so what I'm going to do is clean them off. I got all the things that I didn't want in them, those parts. I cut those off of the neck bones, which I always do. And then what I'm going to do next is I'm going to rinse them off, clean them, and I rinse them a few times, and I put them in just some plain water right here. They're just in some plain water in a big pot to cover them because they're going to cook for quite a while, right? So then I'm going to add some white vinegar. We're just going to we're going to boil the neck bones and clean them just to get that, what is it called? The bacteria off of it, I'm going to add a little salt as well, just so it can kind of like brine it out as well and break it down. Okay, so that's all for the neck bones. The impurities, so we're gonna boil it just to remove all the impurities from the neck bones. Once we remove all the impurities from the neck bones, we're gonna rinse that water off from the neck bones and do that again, and then put them over in the red beans and rice. All right, so at this point I had cleaned my beans. These are some kidney beans. I think this is 2 pounds. I had cleaned them and put them in water. I let them soak in some water for about 2 hours. I got my smoked my smoked turkey drum. I only use one. You can use as many as you like, but this is gonna add a lot of meat as well. I like my red beans and rice pretty meaty. So I'm gonna clean the turkey drum and I'm gonna score it. I'm gonna just put some knife slits in it just so that when it's cooking in the beans, what it's gonna do is just absorb that flavor from the beans, and then it's gonna break down and fall off the bone inside of the red beans, which is gonna be so delicious once you pour the red beans in a bowl and pour it over your rice and eat it with your cornbread. You can eat these red beans and rice by themselves. You can put it with some cornbread, or you can also add it as a meal for any day of the week. Sometimes I do my red beans on Mondays, but for the most part, any day, anytime we have a craving for it. All right, so I put that in the boiling water. Then I'm gonna also add my red beans in. I'm gonna let that just cook for a few minutes, and then what I'm gonna do right here is I'm gonna add the beans to it, and I'm gonna add the seasonings. That's the chicken bouillon, and that's some Obey seasoning. I'm trying not to say as well. Onion powder, garlic powder. These are the seasonings that we're gonna add in the red beans and rice. We're gonna add 2 bay leaves, sometimes 3, some adobe. I add that to almost everything. So Chesapeake Bay, Obey, and some rosemary garlic. You don't want to go heavy with these seasonings, just lightly. Some Cajun seasoning as well. A little pinch of salt, just a pinch of salt. I promise you may not even have to add any salt. Some chicken bouillon base. I would just add a pinch of salt. It doesn't take much, okay? Some Tony Chachere, more spice. And some Slap Your Mama. Slap Your Mama go on everything. I literally put Slap Your Mama on everything. Optional. Ham bouillon base. If you use it, I would say use a half or just like a pinch, but it doesn't take much, okay? A little black pepper as well, because, can't go wrong with a little black pepper. All right, so right here I'm just going to measure out all the seasonings that I'm going to use, and that's it. I'm just going to put them all here just so you can see exactly how much I'm using of each one of them, okay? Okay, and so right here, we're gonna get our beans that has been soaking in water. Sometimes I let them soak overnight. Anything that rises to the top, I take it away. And if I don't let them soak overnight, because if you let them soak overnight, they don't take as long to cook. You know, fresh beans take quite a while to cook. But if I just let them soak for an hour or two, they're still fine as well. So I pour the beans in the water. I'm getting hungry for them right now. I put the beans in the water that I have my smoked turkey drum already boiling in. Right here is all the seasonings that I previously showed you all. Put that in, and basically you just let them go from there. If you may need to, as you cook, you may need to add a little more water if need be. If you want them thick, as you cook them and they get soft, just smash them. Smash some of the beans with the back of a spoon in the pot. That'll get it a little thicker. My family like this in between not so thick and not so thin. So I just kind of like, go with it for their liking. But you do it to however you and your family like it and prefer, okay? So right here, we're just going to get the seasonings, get them stirred in, and let them simmer with the beans, get them flavored, and watch them go. I think I let these beans cook for probably about 3 to 6 hours. No, yeah, I think it was like 6 hours, to be honest, to get them the way I wanted them. So yeah, and even sometimes I do this. I'll put them in a crock pot overnight and let them be. So I saw these Wiley's Eat Your Beans, and I thought, let me add it. So I added it. I don't think I needed it. Because I think I pushed the beans. This was my first time using it. I think if I would have used that packet, I should have used half of all the other seasonings that I used, because yeah, they were a little too flavorful, to be honest. So once they were cooking, I'll tell you. Then I added another seasoning pack, the Zatarain's red bean seasoning pack, y'all. I don't know what I had going on this day, but I think I just wanted to try every seasoning pack. I need to clean up my pantry, and I think my mom was just saying add. I didn't need this packet. If I would have used this packet, I wouldn't have needed none of my seasonings that I use. So it was very flavorful. I could have added 2 more pounds of beans to this just to stretch out the seasoning. But I'm gonna be honest, it wasn't salty. It wasn't overly seasoned. I just should have not used both of those bean packets in that Zatarain packet. I already had enough seasoning, to be honest, okay? All right, so that's me just stirring it all together. What I should have did was add like another 2-pound bag and froze them. But it was still good. We ate it. We ate them all up. We always eat it all up. All right. So I had my rice in my rice cooker that I love so much. I had the rice cooker in the microwave for my rice. And it's really simple to use and eat. Usually when we do rice, I always feed the grandbabies rice for breakfast the next day with whatever they're going to eat. Which, rice never goes bad. We try not to throw away any leftovers. I'll freeze it, put it away, and let it be. Right now I'm just checking the beans. I think at this point it had been about 5 to 6 hours. It's time to eat. The beans are done. I'm ready to eat them. My family was enjoying them. They were so good. I hope you tried this recipe. Leave a comment below. Let me know. Have a great day, and thanks for watching.